5, 6, walking forward. Not yet. Go!
Bum, 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 bum. Dun, dun, dun. I'm bald.
You are? Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it.
What is?
Until now I look really closely.
How would you describe this?
Either mid-'80s ska skinhead or Jets fan.
I'm not that mentally ill.
Ah! God, no one likes the Jets. I'm not even a sports fan. All I see is Jets, Jets, Jets.
Oh, God, can we do a whole podcast about how much I hate the Jets?
I think I remember that you hate the Jets as soon as I said Jets fan. You don't look like a Jets fan, actually. You look more like a Kansas City fan.
You know how I describe this hair? Awesome.
Yeah, well, that is awesome.
That is awesome. And that is awesome. I'm Reuben Wolf.
Transitory. I'm Sean Gibbs. Transitory awesome.
What?
Yeah, you was awesome. You are awesome. So you're in transit. You're transitory awesome. You're continuing to be awesome.
I'm trans awesome. Oops.
I'm pro trans awesome.
And today we're talking about season 1, episode 16. Goldbergs Never Say Die.
One of the best episodes of maybe not the. I wouldn't say it's the funniest, but one of the best. Like there's a lot of funny stuff in it though.
Couple of firsts in this episode. Again, like we're moving along in the Goldbergs like mythology here.
Yes.
Got some fun stuff. I watched this episode twice.
I watched it 3 times.
Okay, so one for notes, one for enjoyment.
Yes.
What's the third one?
I'm trying to get better at watching these earlier in the week. So I watched it earlier in the week, and then I came back and I was going to do my notes, and I was like, wait, I watched it almost a week ago. So then I put it on while I was eating. I was like, oh yeah, I was a little drunk when I watched it the first time. So I watched it again, and then I did notes while I was watching it.
Okay, so one for improvement, one for notes, and one for enjoyment. I love it.
That was like 3 hours worth of the same episode.
This one's worth it. This one is definitely worth 3 hours.
For sure. Like your haircut.
Yes, it is worth it.
Right? Is that the first time you've done that?
No, this is the second time. I figure, yeah. How does it feel? What?
Have you ever fully shaved it?
No, I have moles.
I did too. I got one on the back of my neck, but I trained myself not to cut it. I don't know how, but yeah, it's not fun nailing a mole with a Mach 3.
Oh yeah, I have a big old pronounced mole over here, and I nailed that with my clippers.
Oh, your little beauty spot?
Oh no, it's like a
little Marilyn Monroe.
This is a full blown mole.
Ah, that's some cancer right there. You should get that looked at.
I've been like, do not Google what a cancerous mole looks like or feels like, because you will be up all night, Reuben.
Yeah, if it changes color, that's what you got to be worried about. I've had a mole on the inside of my armpit since 4th grade, and my dermatologist won't take it off. They're like, nope, it's fine. I'm like, it's ugly. Everyone comments on it. They're like, no, we don't need to take it off.
I didn't notice it. I don't know. How do you tell what is a cancerous mole? I don't want to know. Don't tell me. But how do you tell? But don't tell me.
It's got a ring around it, and then it's like yellow, purple, green, brown, black. It's got multicolor.
Oh, this is brown.
You're good.
That's a good
doctor. This bald guy says you're good.
Who's that pretty man?
I used to be pretty.
Then I got this mole. So I got two moles. I'm not gonna do the.
Oh wow! Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, I think if I press this one comes out more. Don't push my buttons. Anyway, we should probably talk about the episode. This is how when I first pitched you this podcast, I told you that there were basically two kinds of Goldbergs episodes. There was the family building episodes and then the all-out movie or 80s reference episode.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first 80s reference the episode.
80s movie reference episode?
Yeah, or basically
Yeah.
like 80s ish. Like anything about if it, like an episode was just about the Atari, it'd be like 80s reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But this is definitely the first like 80s movie. There's a lot of movie homages. This is our first like Goldberg's movie homage episode.
Full on.
Full on. You know what I read today? There's a Gremlins 3 coming out.
Why?
I don't know. The guy who
It's gonna be
wrote
all CGI. That's not gonna be fun. Or it's gonna be, yeah, it'll be like you're on a roller coaster the whole time. I never really got into the Gremlins. Wasn't my.
I gotta watch the second one again. The first one I like. I gotta watch them both again. Phoebe Cates is hot.
It was big. It was big.
Anyway,
Uh-oh.
Goldbergs Never Say Die because this episode is in reference to the Goonies,
Goonies.
and this is also the episode where we first meet Dave Kim. We meet an essential character in Dave Kim.
Oh, I didn't know.
Dave
I
Kim.
didn't know. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that by how the episode went.
I know Dave Kim's going to be around a lot more than you think.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
that makes no sense to me at all.
This episode was written by Adam F. Goldberg, who started off. He actually lived in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, and went on to create a show called The Goldbergs.
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like so excited that we talked about like finding out the history of the writers, and I was like, I got nothing. It's the guy who wrote the fucking show. I thought it'd be like, oh, they worked on Sanford and Son with Gary Shandling and with like, all these people. And then they went on to like, now they're doing like Netflix, but no, it's, yeah.
Only he could write this episode.
Yeah, it's true.
But this, a little bit more interesting, this episode is directed by Dave Katzenberg, who has directed other TV shows like Riverdale and Ballers. But I think he's more interesting because he's produced like a few really well-known horror movies, including It and Child's Play. The new ones.
Oh, Child's Play. I never got into Chucky either. That was my thing.
I never understood why didn't anyone just kick the doll? Like it's a little doll. Just, I don't care if it has a knife or a gun. Just kick it.
Yeah, like the Karen Black triple horror thing with the totem doll with the knife. That why didn't you just fucking smack the shit out of it?
Karen Black.
There's a trilogy of terror. There's a classic movie where this doll comes to her house and terrorizes her, and it's terrorizing every single time I watch it. It's just
I have to see this movie.
The editing is just.
I have to see this movie. I love horror.
Trilogy of Terror. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Wait, I'm putting that in my phone.
Yeah. You've probably seen it. You just didn't realize it was. It's a classic 70s. Just terrible. Like the energy of it is just so intense.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I've never seen this. I got to though. That's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see if I can
worth
find
the
it.
price of admission.
All right, let's jump into the episode, shall we?
Yes.
Shall we? The governor.
All right, governor.
So the opening narration. Every kid has the one movie that defined their childhood, and Adam's was the Goonies. But Sean, what was yours?
Star Wars.
Me too. I was gonna say Star Wars.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't even think I saw Goonies in the theater, if I'm correct. I think I saw it on video.
What was the hullabaloo around Goonies? Was there a hullabaloo?
It was right past my time. So I think it was in '85 that Goonies came out. So I was 14. So that was a little more of a little kids movie. But now you go back and watch it, and it's an everybody movie. But back then, I think it was pushed towards like the elementary school, early junior high crowd. Demo, brand.
I will say, I want to correct something. We were a Star Wars family, definitely, but I think the movie that defined me as a child was the Terminator movies, the first two.
Oh yeah, you're younger than me. Yeah.
The second Terminator 2 was like the movie for me growing up.
I was so high when I saw Terminator 2. I was like on another fucking planet. I was terrified.
That is a terrible high movie.
That's not a fun. Yeah, we did not have a good time.
It's like you're high and it's like the computers are taking over and you're like on your phone like
Oh, I didn't have phones back then,
No.
but it was just like they're probably already in my brain. I don't remember exactly how the theater looked, who I was with, how we were walking, how much pot we smoked. I think we may have cracked a beer or two. Not wise. That was one of the dumber moves.
That is a fun fun childhood you had, or whatever.
Yeah, I hung around with a lot of weirdos.
So the Goonies, yes, came out in 1985. It was this is like listen to this like cavalcade of talent. It was directed by Richard Donner, who directed like the first two Superman movies, I believe. Written by Chris Columbus, who went on to direct the first Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, he was recently discredited as not being the first to discover America.
Yeah, he didn't discover America, but he wrote the Goonies.
Leif Erikson.
It was Leif Garrett, who was made for dancing and exploring. Produced by Steven Spielberg. Great. And starring Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, Martha Plimpton, who is a really underrated actress.
Mm-hmm.
I love her on Raising Hope. And The Good Wife. Who else is in? John Matuzak, who used to play for the Oakland Raiders. Joe Pantoliano, who people know from The Matrix.
Uh-huh.
Just a great cast.
Pretty serious. And Cyndi Lauper doing the soundtrack.
Yeah, great song. I have some things to talk about with the song.
Oh boy.
I went on a little deep dive with the song. It's gonna be fun.
I'd still give Cyndi Lauper some sugar. I had such a big crush on her and I couldn't tell anybody.
She was in like a commercial for like some like psoriasis or something like that, I think recently. Or was it anxiety?
Dry skin, feel it, rub it in its dry skin, rub it in its food.
You should sing that to her. Sing that to her. Send that to her. I'm gonna send that to her. Much like Adam sends tapes out.
She probably lives like right next door. She probably lives in Bedside.
What if you just like walked out of your house one day and it was like,
Screaming it.
Robert, I love you. And she's like, get away from me. She did a concert and like she like hit a crescendo, like she was singing like with her mouth open and a bird shit in her mouth. Like, at the perfect time. You're gonna have to kiss her bird shit mouth.
Oh. I'm easily squeamish.
Yep. Now I ruined Cyndi Lauper for you. Fall in love with someone else. Adam loves the Goonies so much that he is doing the truffle shuffle.
And who looks hot doing the truffle shuffle with him? Bev. Oh, so hot.
You're ruining my movie. I'm making it better.
So much better. So much better.
He was not. Oh, great little exchange of dialogue there. There were so many good lines in this episode. I'm going to say, and now Adam's watching in the basement, and Barry comes, and he wants to watch Weird Science, another movie that came out in 1985.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I don't know, because my friend Scott Colson back then was always quoting it like every day ad nauseum. Just, enough.
This is a John Hughes movie. I think we talked about this last time too.
I think it's John Hughes, but it had Bill in it. What's his name? Who recently died? What's his name? The brother from Twister.
Oh, Paxton.
Paxton, yeah.
Paxton.
That was, I think, the breakout role for him. Really, he was in everything though at that point.
He was in every James. You know, he's been in every James Cameron movie.
Really?
Yeah. You want to hear a crazy story?
Yes, of course.
So I heard this. Rob Lowe was on Joe Rogan. He told this story. So one day, a little while ago, Bill Paxton and James Cameron were hanging out, and they went down in a submarine and had lunch on the deck of the Titanic. And they come back up, and they go back on the boat, and everyone is has this ashen, shocked faces. 9/11 just happened. While they were having lunch on the deck of the Titanic in a submarine.
It's a little on the nose, just like a little meta.
Like, where were you on 9/11? I was having lunch on the Titanic.
Oh my god.
That's so cool. Let's see.
You know that, speaking of Titanic, did you know that Bryan Adams is the Canadian equivalent of Celine Dion?
Did you know Celine Dion is the Canadian equivalent of Celine Dion?
Bryan Adams is the Canadian,
They're both.
Did it till the Titanic sunk. Was the spring of 1912.
They're both Canadian.
I know.
What do you? I don't understand. Celine Dion is the Canadian equivalent of herself.
No, Bryan Adams is a Canadian version of. Never mind.
Okay.
Let's explain all of my jokes in detail.
The only way they're funny is if you explain them. Hey, so Barry,
I'll just start telling rambling stories for 5 minutes and call myself a Brooklyn comic.
do it. Again, so Barry wants to watch Weird Science but Adam doesn't want to give it the Goonies. But Barry says, spoilers, I punch you in the face in the movie.
This is how it ends. It's so good. Such a great line. You cry, roll in credits. The script of this is so good. Oh, my cat is driving me crazy. I'm going to let him keep knocking at the door.
Keep that pussy waiting.
Oh, I'm a pussy for my pussy. He always fucking gets what he wants. Asshole.
So Murray comes down and he tasks the three of them, Barry, Erica, and Adam, to go clean the attic.
There's a horrible smell up there, and he dumps the fucking duties off onto them. That's so good.
I had this great idea. You can go clean the attic. How's that a great idea? Well, your mom wanted me to do it, and I had the great idea to dump it off on you. And I think
got the skills.
Barry had some wonderful lines in this episode, specifically. Yes. Erica gets the idea. This idea and says to Barry, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking? How do toasters work?"
How do toasters? No, that sounds like a joke that I would write, and I would just get crickets. That's what gave me the biggest laugh, I think, out of the whole thing.
There was definitely a few moments in this episode where I laughed out loud.
Definitely.
Always a pleasure with the Goldbergs. How do toasters work?
I don't know. There must be like little people in there somewhere.
I know, magic. They're little
tossing little coals into little ovens
with like little hair dryers.
Oh, I made bread no, I didn't make bread. I ate bread last night.
It's not the same thing.
No, but it was baguette. It was kind of crunchy, but I don't buy bread. And I got bread and I put butter on it. And it was fucking amazing.
You never had bread and butter?
No, I don't buy bread because I'll eat the entire loaf. So I acquired some bread. Let's just put it that way. And it was fucking amazing.
Bread is so bad for you. Do you know that? Whoa! Seriously? French baguette. Brie and butter. You ever watch Twin Peaks?
A little bit.
Best sandwich the guy ever had was brie with bread and butter.
I love brie.
He went to France and came home with a bunch of baguettes with brie and bread and butter. Baguettes with brie and butter on them.
I made a devastating sandwich one year with sautéed onions, Braunschweiger, brie, hummus, lettuce, and tomato on baguette.
Braunschweiger?
Braunschweigers, like liverwurst.
Oh. I don't like liverwurst. I like liver best. Hi-oh! Sean disappeared if you're listening and not, Sean just disappeared into his own face.
It's like I just gave birth to myself from myself.
It was like you spat yourself out.
Or snotted myself out.
You snot rocketed yourself out. You burst.
I don't know why it won't give me the full photo. Maybe because we're on widescreen. I don't know.
Where do babies come from? My nose. Ew.
Hate babies.
So Erica and Barry, I've taken to calling them Barrica throughout this episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
That actually works out.
It works because it's the two of them
being evil.
Being evil.
To be mean to somebody.
They should do more mean projects together, is the line right before the opening credits. But they place a treasure map that Adam finds. And Erica, okay, so they're in the attic cleaning. You definitely notice this. So when Adam finds a treasure map, Erica is leaning on this orb. So they have the orb plugged in.
Yes.
Also stored in the attic. Very weird.
Somebody's been doing stuff up there.
Yeah, there is. I wonder who died. Who died? They're living off of an orb. You can't eat an orb for food. No
My
wonder they.
friend just posted a photo from his attic. He literally leaned upon something in his house from like the 1800s, and it opened like a little door in the attic, and he went in there, and it was just almost like an A-frame, but there were like 50 tiny little bottles with corks in it.
Whoa.
Somebody's like, "Oh, someone was boozing up there." I bet, you know what? I bet it was laudanum back then, which
What is
was
that?
it's opiates. That was in like they would put in like cough syrup and stuff, but people would get it's like morphine kind of. People get addicted to that stuff. So I bet somebody was addicted to either morphine or opiates or laudanum and was fucking secretly chowing down that stuff and hiding the bottles up there.
They were just open. They were just empty bottles with corks.
No labels.
There was nothing in them though. There was no liquids in.
No, I wish. I'd be like, give me that.
Oh, that's sick.
Send it to you. How much do you want for it?
That
Can
is
you
sick.
imagine taking some opium with have you ever done opium?
No, I've never done opium. I've done Xanax.
I've done opium once and I swore I'd never do it again because it was so good. I went home and read Edgar Allan Poe for hours and scared the shit out of myself. It was so great. Because
You
Edgar Allan Poe wrote it while he was on opium, all of his crazy stories.
you mix the worst drugs with the worst activities.
I know. That's why it's kind of like where we're at now.
I know. What do you do? What do you do when you do comedy?
I don't drink.
That's
don't
the
drink
problem.
I don't drink before I go up. I drink one beer before I went up on a show one time and I felt weird. And I drank a beer before I went on a Zoom show and I was like, no, I'm not doing this shit again.
I never. I always like. I'm like. I need to be sharp when I'm up there, and like if I'm drunk, I'm not sharp.
No. If we were hanging out and we were just drinking, not going up on stage, just hanging out, I would have you in tears laughing, but that's a different muscle. It's not being with lights and attention and having to be way too much. It's like running in a swimming pool with a backpack full with a bowling ball in it, and you're trying to beat someone in it's just there's so much.
Right. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I get what you mean.
Or if you found an old map of Jenkintown in the back of a picture frame.
Yes. Oh, way to segue back into the episode. Sean's catching on.
Haha, parking lot. Get out of the parking lot.
He's figuring out how to do this. Yes. So Adam finds this treasure map.
That the historical society shut down. I think
Right.
that's so funny.
This treasure map that was written by William Penn, that marked a spot at a house in Jenkintown, or outside a house in Jenkintown. It's just some treasure map. Anyway, did you notice that all the credits for this episode were in Goonies type?
I knew they were in a different type. I didn't know I knew they were in a different font. I was like, because I was trying to find out who wrote it, and it was like, I noticed that they were really long too, or maybe they're always really long, and I just don't realize it.
Yeah. So typically, everyone who's going to watch this is going to get to see this. The font for the Goldbergs looks like this.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, but you see how it's written. You can't see me at all.
No. So if you watch the Goonies episode, you won't be able to see Reuben at all.
You won't see, but you will be able to see Goonies type.
Yes.
I thought that was so cool. What a neat little touch.
Font
Went unnoticed by Sean Gibbs. Unnoticed.
I was busy trying to find out who wrote it. And I was trying to take notes over the dialogue that they were having at the beginning too, which is impossible.
So as a Goonie type is rolling beneath everything, Pops walks into the House of Waffles and decides to buy the whole restaurant Belgian Beauties.
Belgian Beauties sounds like such a euphemism for some kind of butt play or something.
I know. I bet Pops has like a different meaning, and they're like, "Yeah, that's a dish we sell here." And he's like, "Oh, it's a dish."
Oh yeah, and Pop's bringing back his A game with his clothes too. Every scene, he's got a better shirt and a better pair of pants and everything. Everything is Pops. Pops is on point.
What was he wearing in this scene where he's buying the restaurant Belgian Beauties?
Well, I know when he was originally sitting down at breakfast, I think he had the same one, or when they were sitting around the table before breakfast, he had like a blue button down with a large collar on it with some kind of not pining, like pinstripe with little almost like polka dots on it. I would kill for that shirt. I would rock that shit so hard. Oh, tight, tight old man clothes.
Also, for those of you who have been following, Sean said in a previous episode that he really wanted the Eric Estrada shirt, the ladies man Eric Estrada shirt, and I found it on eBay, and I sent it to him, and he says, "Oh, you know what? I think I have it."
No, I thought maybe I had the blue one or the yellow one. No, I couldn't remember if my best friend had the yellow one or if my uncle had. Like, I don't think I actually owned it, but I felt like I was in the presence of it.
I almost bought the shirt.
You should buy the shirt. It's really tight fitting. It'll look good on you.
I look good in tight fitting clothes.
I would not get the yellow one. I would get the blue one.
Yeah.
Blue brings out your eyes.
Thank you. Is that because I'm wearing blue right now?
It's true. It's blue. It had to be you.
It that all works so well.
You.
Pops is just really generous. He's so generous that he gives Murray the shirt off of his back.
Yeah.
But that's not all he gives. We learned that everyone really takes advantage of Pops because he's so bad with his money. So Erica says it's her half birthday in 2 months, which is enough for $60. And then Bev says no. And then Barry says, why? Don't tell a nice 60-year-old man what to do with his money. And Pops is like, oh, you think I'm 60? And then Murray chimes in, relax, he's 40. I've been dialed from that scene all wrong, but that's basically the gist of it. Pops just throws his money everywhere. He makes it rain.
If I had that shirt, I'd fucking throw money too. Baller.
Oh, is that in this scene where he's wearing the pinstripe shirt?
Yeah, it's not pinstripe. I can't think of the name of that word. Anyway, catheter?
Taffeta.
What? Taffeta. You're breaking up or I'm going deaf, one of the two, which is great.
Taffeta?
Taffeta. Oh,
I don't know what taffeta is, but it's taffeta.
yeah, Bev wears taffeta. I don't know what taffeta is. It's some form of polyester blend.
It's taffeta stripes. I don't know. It's taupe. That's another word I know.
Wyndham.
Cotton?
Mauve.
Cotton a thing? What is cotton? So after that scene, Adam puts together his movie reenactment treasure hunt, and these are he has all the costumes picked out, and these are the characters everyone's going to get to play. So Adam is Mikey. Erica is Steph, the unpleasant crab fisherman. Dana is cute, so she's Andy the cheerleader. Emmy, who we met in the last episode.
Love Emmy. Love.
Yep. Is Mouth, because Adam thinks of her as a guy, and Emmy says, that's okay, I think of you as a girl. And Barry is Brand, who's the handsome surfer who solves crimes at midnight. Because that's who Barry has in his head. But there's still one character left. And this is where we meet Dave Kim.
Dave Kim
is trying so hard to not outwardly say he's racist, but is like super racist.
Well, who else? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play Mikey. No, I'm Mikey.
Oh, also Barry had the sleeveless gray sweatshirt. I had that. I had that almost exact same one. It's got the little V in the neck.
That's what Josh Brolin wears in the Goonies.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They all dressed up like a Goonies character.
Gotcha. So my mom wouldn't let me wear that to school without wearing a shirt underneath. She wouldn't let me wear bare arms to 7th grade. So, you know what I did? Went to school, took off the shirt underneath, and wore my gray sweatshirt with no sleeves, with my parachute pants and my Chuck Taylors, with my red bandana around my right foot because of breaking. So yeah.
I have to see a picture of this. Please tell me you took pictures all the time of you in this outfit.
I don't know if I have one of that. I'll have to ask my mom. She would have it.
Did you have hair?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got lots of pictures with hair. I'll send those to you. I'll send you the hair metal days.
And we're going to throw them up on our podcast website, which we haven't gotten yet, but we should. We should have a podcast website.
We should.
With pictures of you in the 80s.
We should have a podcast pod site.
What?
We should have a podcast pod site.
Is that something different? Is that a real thing? Or is that, oh, you made it up.
Oh, you know what I love? Going into a third parking lot are those guys with the CrossFit face. They have the stupid beard and the side shaved and the curly hair on top, and then they have their CrossFit shirt. They all have a little space for their iPod that's not even big enough for a phone. It's like an iPod holder. Why are they doing that?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Yeah, all these fucking douchebags in my neighborhood have that shirt. It's got an iPad holder. iPod, not iPad. Yeah, they got iPad holders in their arms because their arms are so big from doing CrossFit.
I've been thinking about starting CrossFit. It's probably a good way to get in shape and get an iPod.
iPod holder. What songs would you put in your iPod if you were working out at CrossFit?
Dude, you have no idea. You don't know what I've been through in the past year. I had an iPod Classic for years and years and years that had 120 gigabytes, and you best believe I filled up that 120 gigabytes with music. And then one day, within the last year, it craps the bed.
Damn, dude, that's like 3,000 60-minute cassette tapes.
Or one entire terabyte of music I had. And so I've been like in this existential funk of like, I can't listen to music. What am I going to do? I have no portable music. So I finally just got Apple Music, and I've been downloading music ever since.
Why don't you just get Spotify? It's like free.
So is Apple Music. Spotify, you have to pay. You have to pay to like be able to skip songs on the playlist. Apple Music, I just create my own playlist.
So who would you listen to? Like, if you had one album you could listen to for an hour while you worked out, every time you worked out, what would it be?
One album? Like, what is this? The 1800s?
I'm just trying to narrow this down. We're not doing a whole podcast on what we listen to while we work out.
Oh,
yes.
God.
That's the next podcast.
It would be something new metal.
Oh, you would. I knew it. I knew there'd be some Durst thrown up in there.
It would be like Disturbed and Limp Bizkit on the same CD.
It would be a what would they call those?
No Stained.
Compilation?
Yes.
A new metal compilation album?
No Stained. I hate Stained.
New metal.
So sad.
Yes. Stained. That created a genre of really horrible, passive, male, whiny rock that came after that.
Yeah, they were just.
I'm so sensitive and fat and bald. Oh, it's terrible. What was that? What was their hit?
It's been a while.
I'm alone.
It's been a while. Well, I mean, you're Judas Priest screaming for vengeance.
I was looking up, I've been wanting to get a Judas Priest back patch for my jean jacket, and I want to get an Iron Maiden one for my other jean vest. Ooh. But I think if I, right now, well, I'm actually going to start working out again because I'm getting an MRI tomorrow, and I think my ankle will be okay.
Okay. And
I think I would listen to Pig Destroyer.
Pig Destroyer. Did they sing like that? I can't stand that.
It's on such a different level. I can't even. Their vocal range is all over the crazy music. It's like, I don't know what the style of. It's not grindcore, but if I could describe without pissing off Gene Meyer, it would be grindcore jazz.
Ooh, I'm into it.
Because I love Meshuggah, which it's like an algebra equation. Like listening to them is just like. There's so much going on here. But Pig Destroyer is like Meshuggah doing their master thesis.
What? That sounds crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
I'm so into it. So the adventure they go on, they get on their bikes, the Cyndi Lauper song comes out, and they go all the way across the street, 10 feet, as Dave Kim points out. 10 feet across the street to the tree.
That was so cute.
And Dave... The amount of preparation Adam put into this costume was insane. Because Dave Kim when Adam reaches into the tree, to get the box. Davekin opens up his trench coat and the camera pops out. Spring-loaded camera.
That was great. I did appreciate that. And the kid who can't eat chocolate because his mom won't let him.
Yeah, Chad Kremp returns. Chad Kremp, whose mom is so uptight.
What a douche.
So Adam reaches into the tree and pulls out the box. And inside the box is a letter.
I have a tarot card box that is exactly the same box that he pulls that letter out of.
Is that what that box is?
Yeah, that's designed for, it exactly fits a box of tarot cards into it.
It also fits a letter that says Adam is a giant nerd.
So not nice.
Really not nice.
Not nice. Fun. This episode was really fun and until it was sad and embarrassing.
Can we talk about how supportive Dana is? Like, stupidly supportive. This is really fun, Adam, until it got really sad and embarrassing.
Yeah.
She is so into Adam. It's crazy. It must be
she's a good girlfriend.
She's a really good girl. Like, he doesn't deserve her. Every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, Adam, you don't deserve this girl. She is so nice to you. And you keep messing things up by not kissing her in your bedroom.
Oh, wow. Green bottle, green screen.
Whoa! Whoa! That's crazy. Anyway, so we're at Pop's place, and Pops brings a date back.
And he's killing it with that silk shirt that he's rocking, man. Oh!
I knew you were going to point that shirt out.
Oh, damn, I would kill for that shit.
Blue
it's like
silk shirt.
That shirt must have been at least like $120 back then. It was like form-fitting, had buttons. I think there might have even been a little zipper at the top, but that was schnaz. And he had some brown flat front polyester pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bringing in his lady.
Who wants a martini, a little dirty.
Not red or white wine, which he offered.
Yes, a dirty martini. Adam's met Pops is Al, not Adam. Al has met his soulmate.
Yeah.
But Bev is sitting in there because she broke in. Any comment on Bev's leather jacket? I thought that was pretty cool.
That was like the best part of the whole episode. That jacket was fucking phenomenal. I would wear the shit out of that jacket.
I have wanted my entire life to have a leather jacket, and I never have one.
I just had the best leather jacket of my life stolen at the Parkside Lounge. I had it in the back room. Somebody obviously left their jacket and were drunk and went in the back room in the dark and just grabbed mine. Because I went home with their jacket, and it's definitely got as much character as mine, just more of a Staten Island character than a Brooklyn character. So I kept it.
On it.
It's pretty awful.
That's
and then the woman that he brought home was not interested in dating someone who had kids.
That line made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, it got me too.
He's like 90 years old.
And then she gets scared away, and Pops is like, do you know how long it's been since, well, like, since what? How long? I thought he was going to say it took to get her into his apartment.
Oh, I missed this little.
Do you know how long it, and then he cuts off.
I missed that part. But we do know that Bev stopped by because Pops' finances are a mess. And we learned that he still has investments in Uncle Marb's alpaca farm.
Alpaca is the dog of the future. So far ahead of his time.
I know. Are they? Are we at alpacas yet?
Why are people talking about alpacas all the time now? Is it because of this episode?
I don't know. I guess he was right. Like, alpacas, the stock went up eventually. It took a while.
Wish I would have had stock in Zoom for the last quarter. Boom.
No.
I was thinking about if they give us our unemployment of investing in Zoom again, but I could lose it all. They could go the other way with their earnings. I don't think so, though, because what kind of overhead do they have? Nothing.
No.
It's all just money. This is all just money. Zoom money.
Invest in Google. I think they're always going to do really well.
It might not go up for a long time, though.
I hope it does. But Bev needs to take over the finances because she found out that Pops emptied his safety deposit box with Mom's jewelry in it, and Pops swears he gave it to Bev. He gave it to someone with helmet hair and a colorful sweatshirt and was just on her way to meddle in someone's life.
Yeah. Big hair, sweater, telling someone how to run their life. So good. She's like, what, you mean like right now? Or so what she's like, that could be any moment, like right, yeah.
That just describes her to a T.
Oh, and then she's like, use $10 bills as coasters. And he's like,
I was out of fives. Oh, Adam F. Goldberg, you touch my funny bone. So many good lines in this episode. Berica then goes to apologize to Adam, but Adam rejects the apology, and instead,
I wouldn't reject that hot fringy shirt that she was wearing though.
Erica looked good in this episode.
She did look good,
even with her glasses.
Mm-hmm. Nerding out.
Well, Adam rejects the apology because they embarrassed him in front of all his friends and Dave Kim, who's not his friend. Not yet. Dave Kim comes back many, many, many times. Dave Kim is worth it.
Wow.
So Adam then reveals that he's been preparing ransom tapes, including Erica singing to Christian Slater about changing her name to
Erica Slater. Erica Slater. Or you could be
Christian Goldberg.
Christian Goldberg.
Why would he change his name to Christian Goldberg?
Oh my God.
I want to know how long ago that video was taken, because like, remember Erica wasn't popular hasn't been popular for very long.
No. Here's my best Slater impersonation from Heather's. Are you drunk? I'm feeling a bit superior.
That's pretty good.
Even with a sore throat, just from talking all day. Not because of the vid, not because of the White House virus.
Rhoda, the vid.
I think I got a case of the vids.
Do him in Star Trek 6.
I've never seen Star Trek 6. I'm
Well,
not that much of a nerd. Huh? Should I just improv it?
He's in for like a brief moment. It's really weird.
Well, I think that maybe we should just go to the other side of the planet. That was more Jack Nicholson. That was more Christian Slater channeling. Where do you think she lives?
I'll give you a golf clap for Christian Slater.
Yeah, my voice is running a little thin today.
He was in True Romance. That's such an underrated movie.
Oh, so good. Dennis Hopper.
Christopher Walken, James Gandolfini, Brad Pitt. Forget it. Quentin Tarantino script. Forget it.
Because you see, when the Moors came from Africa and went up through Italy and fucked all your women. Oh, Dennis Hopper, that was amazing.
You pot eggplant.
Christopher Walken fucking reacting to Dennis Hopper.
Oh my gosh.
Check out this guy. This guy. This guy.
I can't do it.
Yeah, no one should do a Walken impression ever.
My ex used to do a really good Walken impression, actually.
I used to do a good Walken, but I can't do it. I can't do it because it's caricature. It's not even, most people when they do Walken aren't even doing Walken. It's like cartoon. But if you go back, there's like an old Hawaii 5-0 that I watched from like the 70s, and Christopher Walken was like the bad guy in it. It was like, he had it back then, man. He still had that fucking vibe.
He was a Bond villain.
Yeah. No, what movie?
View to a Kill.
Oh God, I haven't seen that in so long. I've been catching up on my Bond movies lately.
View to a Kill. View to a Kill has the most.
View to a Kill.
That's got to be the most underrated Bond theme song. That and the Living Daylights by Aha are really good. They never talked about the great Bond theme songs, but those two.
First time in years, lovers on his way. That was a good song.
Duran
Even
Duran.
better if I knew the lyrics.
So, the other ransom tape is Barry working out with Bev, which we don't see right away, but we will.
No, yeah. They're just simmering the creepy.
I know it's not there, but this episode didn't have it a lot. But anyway, so Bev is tearing the house up and down looking for these jewels, and while she's doing that, Murray tries making Al a budget where he can only spend $200 per month on clothes. And as Sean pointed out earlier, he already spent $120 on a silk T-shirt or a silk shirt, probably.
How can we give a limit to his wardrobe? I mean, the peach shirt that he has in this scene with the suspenders. Are you kidding me?
How much was that?
That costs money. That costs hard. Like, starting to think that Pops maybe had some investments in like some nefarious ways because of the amount of money he has. Like,
my thing is, I per month on clothes, I'm like, I don't spend any money on clothes.
especially not during a pandemic. I'm using everything until it's gonna have holes in it.
Oh, I'm not
But
even.
I just found a whole bunch of wooden hangers on the street, and I came home and washed them. I got rid of all my wire hangers, and I found a few shirts that are like basically brand new. So I'm recycling through my work. It's like, hey, it's almost like I went shopping just by going into my closet.
Wow. How much do you spend per month on clothes?
0.
Before pandemic.
Before pandemic, I went to a thrift store in not really a thrift store. It was kind of in Bushwick with my best friend. I got a Ferrari fur-lined hoodie,
Whoa.
cardigan, and not much else. Yeah, so I think I spent $20 in the last 10 months.
I couldn't do thrift store clothes. Somebody died in them, and they got bed bugs. They got bed bugs and moths, and someone died inside those clothes. I can't do thrift store clothes.
This is one of those places that's more like new clothes that people never wore that they just gave away. Like everything I bought was like brand new. Like this Ferrari, you'll see later the Ferrari hoodie once it gets colder.
Well, maybe I should go to this thrift store with you then.
Totally down. I forget what it's called. I think it might be the L Train something or other.
The L Train something or other thrift store. I'm there.
Hmm.
$400.
There's two right next to each other, and they're pretty amazing.
$400 on food.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about the how Bev found his tin of popcorn.
No, we're almost there. So we're just talking about the budget. So yeah, $400 for food, and Pops cannot get 3 massages per week anymore.
And we also didn't talk about Bev's hot jean jumpsuit that she was rocking during that scene. It's very brief. Very brief.
I noticed. I found it. I saw the jean jumpsuit.
So hot.
But yeah, Bev found Murray's tin of popcorn.
Caramel, white cheddar. Oh, I love white cheddar. Everybody loves white cheddar. Do you know what a revolutionary thing white cheddar popcorn was back in the 80s?
No, I didn't know it was such a revolutionary thing.
You had the yellow cheese, which was the fake cheese flavor. You usually had cinnamon, caramel, one other weird flavor.
The weird butter one.
The weird butter. Wasn't butter. But white cheddar pop. My mom and I used to just eat gallons of that stuff.
It's good for you, I think. It's a pretty healthy snack.
Probably. All that white cheddar going to your.
I'm 100% a caramel popcorn. In the tin, the caramel popcorn is for me. I go right to the caramel.
I'm the Topsy's popcorn in Kansas City cinnamon, and only people in Kansas City know what I'm talking about. But they would make these cinnamon popcorn balls for Christmas, and they were hot and spicy, and I should have my mom send you one.
Yeah, please do. That sounds amazing.
Oh. Last time I was in Kansas City, I went to Oak Park Mall and got a cinnamon ball from Topsy's.
Cinnamon ball from Topsy's. I'm there.
Fuck yeah.
Their store.
The rest of Kansas City can fuck off, but their barbecue and their popcorn's pretty good.
I mean, the football team's pretty good too. Chiefs.
Chiefs and Chopper. This place called Price Chopper. They would do the tomahawk chop in their commercial.
There's Price Choppers up here.
What?
Upstate, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where I went to college, we had a Price Chopper.
Love Price Chopper. It was always 24 hours.
We called it the PNC, and I was like, why? It's called Price Chopper.
Isn't that the
Where
People's National Republic of China or something? It was PNC.
I don't know. I don't know if we said PNC or P and C, but it was like the PNC.
Isn't that like the
Price Chopper?
Isn't that like Ruth Ginsburg? Isn't that like Ruth? Like, what's the RNC? The PNC, Peruvian National Chairman. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, but then speaking of, yeah, how can Pops buy waffles for an entire restaurant with without $400?
With $400.
On $400.
Yeah, on $400. What's he supposed to do?
And they were taking away from his budget of his massages.
Three massages per week.
And you know how his skin feels like butter?
This is so
because
gross.
he was getting massaged with butter. He'd have a woman named Rhoda come over every week. I'm like, I think she was actually churning his butter.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Yeah, yeah.
To get rubbed with butter. Ugh.
You knew he did.
Rub the
because then he said, do you want to deprive her and me from that experience?
Ugh.
Ha!
Yeah.
It's the first thing I thought of.
That is so gross.
It's so beyond gross.
Ugh.
Not butter. It's not parquet. It's gross.
And I love when Pops is like, $200 per month on clothes. I ought to punch you right now.
Oh, so good.
But Bev still can't find the jewels, and Pops is outraged that this whole family thinks that that he didn't give the jewels to Bev, but it turns out he's lying. And he goes right to Adam.
With a rhyming piece of paper.
Irene's necklace, wedding ring, brooch, and gems. Play this until it ends.
What was the Indiana Jones short round?
Oh yeah, so when Adam gets the clue, he gathers the Goonies back together, and Dave Kim can't get over the fact that Adam was racistly made him Data. So he says, why don't I just play, what are we going to do, Indiana Jones this time? I'll play short round.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I had it.
I think, no, I don't want to. Am I wrong to say that it was the same actor in both movies? I think it was. I think Data and Short Round were the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was having trouble.
I'm looking at this. Bear with me. I'm looking up Temple of Doom to see. This kid was in another. If he
Whatever the outcome, it's going to be racist for sure.
It is. It's the same actor. Boom. Same actor. Data and Short Round are the same actor.
I'm happy that turned out well. Yeah, I was a little nervous there for a second.
We were white knuckling it through that deep dive.
Does that go along with white guilt? Where you're white knuckling? I don't know if I'm being racist or not.
Also, again, Dana is being like super supportive to Adam. This sounds like fun. Like, God, go get a good boyfriend who's not Adam Goldberg.
Wait, then we saw that Barry had Jordans on the coffee table. Bev would never allow that. She must not have been. Because she was busy tearing apart the house.
Is this in the next scene where Barry and where Adam in the Goonies confront Barry and Erica on the couch?
Yes.
I wonder how much Jordans were in the 80s. That's not a shoe you wear. That's a shoe that's a shoe you collect.
Yes. My friend Steve in 7th grade had Jordans, and he's like, my dad buys me anything I want. Like, they were $120 in 7th grade. I was lucky to have, like, I remember when Chuck Taylor's went above $15, and I thought that was crazy expensive.
Yeah.
My shoes were like $15 tops.
I won't spend. I try not to spend more than $50 on a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough sweatshops in fucking Asia making Nikes now.
Ew, boo. But yeah, you're right.
It's terrible.
So, Berica is mad that this line made me laugh. Barry can't believe that Adam sent the tapes out because Barry knows he did because no one sits next to him at lunch. Everyone makes fun of him, and girls are ignoring him.
And then Ad Rock's like, I didn't put out the tapes.
I didn't send the tapes out. Like, really? No tapes? Nope.
Oh.
Not even to the girl at the Orange Julius at the mall?
Oh,
No.
Orange Julius. I never liked Orange Julius. It was always pulpy.
I had Orange Julius, I think, a few times when I was at like the last gasp of the Orange Julius.
My aunt and uncle always wanted to go to Orange Julius, and I could still smell the water fountain that was inside the mall at Metcalf South in Overland Park. It had there was this amazing like 2-story fountain that would go down. You threw pennies in it, but the Orange Julius was right near there. I could always remember the sound of it and the smell of the chlorinated water.
Was it just orange juice? What was it?
It was like orange juice, but then in a grinder with like ice and I think Flintstone vitamins. It just tasted horrible. I think they were good for you or something. I think people thought of them as like health food.
Wasn't it like a creamsicle sort of flavor?
Yeah, I hate creamsicle. I still like I can handle like maybe a rum drink if it kind of has a creamsicle vibe to it, but not growing up. I remember someone bought me a creamsicle from a ice cream truck instead of a bomb pop one time, and I was so upset. Oof.
I just watched a movie where someone was eating a firecracker popsicle, and I was like, God, I haven't had one of those.
Firecracker.
Yeah, it was like the blue and the white.
Oh, the red, white, and blue one. Yeah. That was my favorite for sure.
Like red was on the top, and it tasted like, tasted real.
Freedom. Tasted like freedom.
Tasted like freedom.
The white part tasted like the neighborhood I grew up in.
Red tasted like freedom. White tasted like Sean's neighborhood, and the blue tasted like.
My blue balls the first time I had sex. I actually blue balled myself. Yeah.
Blue one really, it's like the worst it goes. Like whatever color is next is the worst.
Yeah, blue is bad.
Blue is Sean is not able to blow his load.
Tastes like Smurf butthole.
That sounds better than the original. It sounds better.
I did not know that Right Said Fred re-put out their song "I'm Too Sexy" as "I'm Too Smurfy" for Smurfs 2 until 2 weeks ago, and I was so happy.
Wow, that's an easy paycheck.
Too Smurfy for this song. Too Smurfy for this song. Too Smurfy by far. Oh, it's so good.
That is the easiest paycheck anyone has ever made.
Oh, I'm so glad. I loved Right Said Fred when they came out. 2 bald dudes in fucking bondage leather singing clubby dancing music. It was great.
I like Right Said Fred because I'm bald.
Dude, I'd love if we dressed up like Right Said Fred next. Fucking leather suspenders and no shirt. We'd have to take steroids though and human growth hormone. They were so jacked. They were so jacked.
They were too sexy for that song.
But that song, I found out way, way longer before it made it big. It hit through the gay club first, like hard. I remember the first time I was at this gay club on Sundays when I was underage. My friend and I would go because they'd let us in because we were cute young boys. And there was this video of these 2 bald guys, bondage leather. It was great.
And that's when you first like, I like these guys.
I almost got thrown out of that same gay club for making out with a girl ballerina.
What were you doing?
They actually told me, we don't allow that here.
What were you doing in a gay club?
All of me and my underground and underage friends, they would let us in, and they would have like a beer bash on Sundays where you paid like, I think it was like $10, all you could drink all day long.
Oh.
Yeah, and some of my friends were performers that performed there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's wherever you could go to get free or to get. I used to go to all the gay clubs because they'd let me in.
You must have been good looking.
I used to be pretty.
You used to be pretty when you had hair.
Or
Ah, yeah, you totally fit in a gay club with that.
totally, I could run a gay club like that.
So Adam so Barry and Erica don't want to help Adam. So Adam cites a speech from the movie. And he's reciting the speech, and then he goes like, "Man, that movie has good writing."
And then he blasts his inhaler.
For seasonal allergies. Also,
Okay.
you got
That's
seasonal.
why I'm not pretty anymore. I'm always swollen from seasonal allergies. That's a great face.
Yeah. I have so much face fat.
You gotta send me a picture of that, but it's hard to take a picture when you're pushing your facial fat.
Look how much facial fat I have.
I got none.
Lucky.
But it's all done. It's all done here. Mine's all done.
All of it. I have
Wow.
so much facial fat.
You could do so many bits. You have so many faces you can make. I can only make like 3 faces. And you don't have the nasty double chin like I have.
I have a double chin.
Not like mine though. I've got like old guy double chin. You've got one that yours could go away in like a week.
You see my jelly roll here?
Oh, you got the roll of fat on the back of the neck. Oh man. You're like, what's his name in fucking Pulp Fiction?
Wait, there's a big
Marcellus Wallace. Do you have a suitcase with somebody's soul in it under your bed? Look at that thing. It's like you're growing another head. Are you smushing a mosquito or something?
big moth in my room.
I love moths.
I don't want a moth in my room.
It's better than mosquitoes.
No, mosquitoes are easy to catch.
Oh no, we need to get you one of those little bug light things that I have all over my house.
You should. Mother. Look at you bastard.
I love looking at your neck fat while you do that.
What a giant.
Oh, I didn't know you were such a big girl. Oh, being all screaming on while you're on top.
Bugs freak me out.
I love bugs. Oh my god.
Then you come over and kill this thing.
I'll let him outside.
You're laughing at my neck fat.
It's so good. This is so much better than anything we could have ever written. I accidentally killed one of those big caterpillars that you find in your house sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I accidentally killed it. I felt so bad because I think he was living in my apartment for a while, and I think he crawled into my bathtub, and I was watering my plants and I think I drowned him. I was so upset. Those are actually good for your apartment because they eat other bugs. So if you ever see a big caterpillar, don't kill it because it'll kill all the rest of the bugs.
Stupid moth. Where are you, you dumb moth? This pisses me off. I hate when I get bugs in my room. Dude, if it was a cockroach, you would have seen me had a full-on conniption.
I even try not to kill cockroaches. I try to let them, but if they're in my apartment, I might. If I see them outside,
you're gonna let them out, and they're just gonna crawl into someone else's apartment.
Yeah, and fuck those people.
Yeah, like I would kill the cockroaches. Back to the episode.
I just want to come over and unleash some bugs every episode just to watch.
Please do not. Please do not do that. I hate bugs. I hate them. They're evil. They're devil's things.
Oh. And you believe in the devil. I'm learning so much about you. You must have read the New Testament a few times.
Meanwhile, in the Goldbergs' house, they don't have bugs. But Bev is searching the house from top to bottom and has found a bunch of disturbing things, such as fireworks, throwing stars, Barry's hidden lingerie catalogs, Erica's wine coolers,
yum,
Murray's ding-dongs, ho-hos, and tasty cakes,
yes,
and a machete.
I bet the machete is Pop's. He probably hides that just in case those people come looking for him.
Oh, I think it's Barry's. Or
Barry would cut himself with that though. You just thought you saw a bug.
no, I'm still looking for him or her. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
don't be placing gender roles on insects you don't know which sex they are.
does the machete belong to the person in the attic who had the orb on?
I feel like those are two separate. I feel like Ad Rock would be the one with the scientific ball.
Plugged in?
Mm-hmm.
That's what weirds me out, that this orb in the attic was plugged in. I'll never get over it. And someone died.
I will find it. I will find an answer to that.
We have.
Oh, and there was a sick old radio up there that they had that must have weighed like 500 pounds. Did you see that? Like old.
No, I was looking too. I was looking for some attic.
It was a big radio, like about 4.5 feet high with the big knobs on it. Oh, it was so cool. I would love to have that thing.
Yeah, is this in the where the Goonies go back to the attic? The Goldnies. I'm trying to come up with like a creative name for like the Goonies Goldbergs thing. Goldnies?
Goonbergs?
Goonbergs. Yes, the Goonbergs. That's it. The Goonbergs go back into the attic, and they find the clue is a piece of sheet music that has a Tchaikovsky.
I saw that book over on the other side of the room. No, in a picture with Pops.
In a picture with Pops. Yeah, in a picture with Pops and Nana. Yeah.
Nana. Yeah. I bet Nana knew how to make some really good soup. I bet she made some really good matzo ball soup. She just had that.
She had the matzo ball soup vibe.
Yeah.
She's Jewish.
Matzo game.
So the piano in the photo is in the storage facility at the Ottoman Empire. I thought it was, I don't know, very, very cool, adventure-y set of events. And they have to go get the keys, and the keys are not on Murray. They're in his pants, which are always at the door, as we know. Smart Erica.
Taking up on Dad in his underwear, that's kind of gross.
Murray's always in his underwear.
Oh, and Bev had a really nice black bedazzled blouse. Black bedazzled blouse. How do you like that alliteration when she was finding the machete? That was pretty hot. But not to compare with the super strong working out with Mom purple mini skirt that she had at this point. Very briefly.
Where?
Just briefly, there was a pan to her looking around the house, and she had a purple mini skirt on. But she had on, like, tights underneath.
Ah.
It wasn't very obvious.
I relied on you for the fashion catches today.
I'm always watching Bev.
There was so much to write about this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Have pages of notes.
So many notes.
So we get our song, I guess. We break formula a little bit. We get our song, of course, Cyndi Lauper's "The Goonies Are," like the letter, Good Enough, from 1985. Hit number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 when it came out. And I love this song.
Yeah, me too.
You know who hates this song? Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, maybe she didn't write it. I'm sure she didn't write it. Those all ghostwriters for her.
So she hated it, and she stopped doing it in her live performance from 1987 until 2004, because all the fans kept requesting her to sing the song, and she wouldn't do it. And finally, in 2004, she was like, "Screw it, why not?" Now it's a part of her live performances.
That's what happened to Radiohead and Creep. They didn't play it for a long time, and then now they play it again.
Yeah, but they're a bunch of bums. They're I hate Radiohead so much. I think 2 or 3 songs. I can't stand them. I never saw the appeal. I try, Sean. I try with Radiohead like once every 5 years.
No, here's the problem. You don't like people that like Radiohead because they're the worst people you've ever met.
Right, but it's because they think that this band is so great, and I'm like, what is it? What am I missing? What am I missing about Radiohead? Do you know? What is it? Why do people like them so much?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've seen Radiohead like 4 times, but I'm not like a Radiohead fan. I don't know how to explain. Like a Radiohead fan is just gross.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Maybe you're not vegan enough. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's like you got to listen to OK Computer. So I listen to OK Computer. I'm like, there's nothing of value here.
No, Kid A is the worst album.
Kid
Oh,
A is supposed to be, and Kid A is supposed to be like one of the best albums. In Rainbows was not that good.
Ugh.
Oh,
What was I missing? There was something I was missing in my notes that you were talking about. Oh, anyway, they find the treasure.
but they find the treasure. They get to the Ottoman Empire, and they see that the piano is like past a few shelves, and Barry, with his working out with mom's strength, lifts up this mini fridge, which they're not that heavy.
Nah.
Maybe the 80s they were more heavy duty.
Unless Erica was hiding her wine coolers in there, but they wouldn't be in there anymore because Mom found them.
Ah, that's true. But she had to, since Mom found them, she had to pick a new hiding spot.
Mm-hmm.
So she
Lexi Bloom's attic.
Lexi Bloom's she wouldn't go to Lexi Bloom's without Barry knowing that she's going to Lexi Bloom's. So she goes to the Ottoman Empire to hide her wine coolers. Smart. Erica's smart. We know we're not dealing with a dummy here. So and then we learned that Pops hid the jewels in the piano. And upon returning the jewels to Pops, he decides to hide them again. Because he can't let Bev be right. But Adam says, I think Mom's right on this one. Your finances are all out of whack, Pops. It's a cute little moment from Adam.
It's true. Pop said fuck earlier. I don't think it was at the end. I wrote it down, but Pop said fuck this episode. There's a big mark.
Here it comes. So he asked Murray to help him with the budget. He gets him a popcorn tin to pay him in advance. And then Pop says, my finances are a cluster F.
Oh, that's when it was.
Yep. That's a swear.
That's a big swear. That's a big swear for Pops.
Pops has a few swears that are really. Remember a few episodes ago, Pops watched Barry do rap, and he was like, "What the f is this?" It was a nice little swear. It was a swear that I didn't see coming. It was a pleasant surprise of a pleasant surprise of a swear from Pops. And,
wow, there's a lot of alliteration in that sentence.
Yep, pleasant
surprise for Pops.
So they're back at the Waffle House, and Pops, instead of buying Belgian Beauties, decides to buy Bloody Marys, which are more expensive.
Which I'm wondering how they could be more expensive. You would think the Belgian Beauties would cost a fair dime, but maybe not back then.
Okay, well, I'm thinking like Belgian, like a plate of waffles would be like $10, and a cocktail would be $12.
Okay. Well, it's the '80s, so waffles were probably $4, and a Bloody Mary is probably $6.
Right. So it's like half the cost of what it is now. Maybe. A Belgian Beauty sounds so good. I bet it's like
yeah, I'd fuck up some Belgian Beauties with a Bloody Mary right now.
God, I would. I bet it's got this blueberry syrup and like powdered sugar on it. That sounds awesome. I want a waffle.
Super thick.
Yeah, I want a waffle.
Like deep pockets of butter.
Waffles are like really an underrated breakfast food.
Yeah, I don't keep those in my apartment either because I would eat them breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I would not get Eggos. I would absolutely I need to buy myself a waffle maker, the batter and all.
I love going to the hotel that has a waffle maker.
Yeah, that's like when the continental breakfast time comes around, and you're like, yes, waffle maker.
I'll set a fucking alarm, and you know me, I usually sleep until the afternoon, but I'll get up, and then at like 8 when it closes at I'd get up at like 9 when it closes at 9:30.
Pound some waffles. That's what I gotta pound. You gotta pound those waffles.
Take some Fruit Loops with you on the way in the little box.
Oh yeah, little. They have like those cheese danishes sometimes or whatever.
Oh, I do love a cheese Danish.
Yep. Let's go to a hotel. Get some
Go hang out at the Best Western on the south side of Bushwick.
Yeah, please get that continental breakfast.
There's like a Best Western like over here, like right off Bushwick Avenue, and it's so sketch.
I wonder, like, what? That's probably not a good location for a hotel in Brooklyn. Like, anyone who like comes to New York will probably just get an Airbnb or stay in the city. They'd stay in Manhattan.
Yeah, I don't think you can even find a room there. I think it's just lived in by drug dealers. Like it's like I seriously think the only people that hey, everybody needs to get their drugs. It's a convenient location for a drug dealer.
So our post cred is Barry and Bev working out.
Creepy.
At first, we got our Florence Henderson, Greg Brady thing going.
She comes to adjust his form when he's doing the kickback tricep thing. Oh.
And at first he doesn't like it, but then he grows to love it.
Sure he does. Oh wait, well, then she talks about what was it? Works out your hams. Remember they're doing the bicycle thing, the Bev bicycle.
Yeah, and I kept thinking, like, whoa, Wendy McLendon-Covey has some abs. That takes some abs to, like, hold yourself up like that.
Yeah. Didn't she rename it the Marching Big Tasty?
I'm Big Who's leading them? We're marching. Big Tasty is leading the march. Barry's Big Tasty. And Barry, I guess, got this thing of confidence because he's sitting there watching it with Dave Kim.
The one time that they hung out.
Right. Yeah, but this is dedicated to Dave Kim. The one time they hung out with the real Dave Kim. Hey, the one time became a series regular.
Here's the thing too. Then we go to the real footage of Dave Kim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the video quality. I'm not trying to be racist here. I didn't understand a fucking word he said. I rewound it a couple times. I was like, what?
Racist.
It was weird. No, it was just. I think maybe the video was old or garbled or something because it was just like.
It was also the video was also taken at a party, so I assume he was drunk.
Dave Kim was drunk.
Yeah.
The one time. Probably took Adam's girlfriend home. That's probably why it was just a one time.
That's why so Adam's like, I'm gonna make Dave Kim the worst character on my show. He took Dana Caldwell home. And that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was a fun episode. I really liked that one.
That was.
It was just, I liked it because it was just funny all the way through.
I was Sean Gibbs.
You're getting this like itchy trigger finger. I'm not gonna give it to you.
I thought you were going for it. Okay.
I'm not giving it to you. No, we're gonna keep talking about it. I'm gonna restart the whole episode. You and your itchy trigger finger. Look at you.
I'm itching my ear.
Tickle, tickle.
I couldn't hear Dave Kim right. Maybe my ears were clogged.
I'm tickling your nipple. That's what I'm doing.
Is that where my nipple is on the top of my?
No. The way I'm reaching, I'm definitely tickling. I'm tickling your chest.
Oh.
Woo! Chest.
Are we left and right? Wouldn't it be?
Oh, I have you up and down.
How do you do that?
You just you expand the screen. Anyway, that was awesome.
That was awesome. I'm going back to gallery view.
Tickling Sean's nipple was awesome. We'll be back next week with season 1, episode 17. Lane Gretzky already takes the cake for my favorite title of an episode.
Pretty good. I almost watched that instead.
Oh, I hope you're gonna get to watch it this week. I'm Reuben Wolf.
I'm Sean Gibbs.
He's Sean Gibbs.
He's
Reuben
Wolf. Bye.